Hi everyone. I just wanted to give you an update of where I am at these days. First and foremost, it's March 3rd, 2021. And when people ask me how I'm doing, it's just such a it's such a multi-level, question and answer because there's various levels of being. And first and foremost, I just want to acknowledge my physical, where I am physically, and the good news is that I'm feeling great. I really have to tell you that I'm just kind of humbled by how, I know I always talk about the body is miraculous, and it is, every cell in our being is programmed with the divine intelligence, and it knows what to do to heal. It knows, all our cells know what to do. And in all my years as an exercise physiologist, I've been talking about the miracle of our body. And if we can get ourselves out of the way and we can nurture and nourish our body and give it what it needs, what it's asking for healing and to come back into balance. Homeostasis is the term that means equilibrium, that balance in our body, health in our body. So I feel incredibly humbled by how my body has handled the healing process, specifically having gone through and in process of going through chemotherapy, as I call it, liquid healing. I have one more to go. My 6th out of 6 infusions will be next Thursday, March 11th. My last one was on February 18th. And I mean, knock on wood, but it feels like my body is responding better with the chemotherapy than worse, which one would expect. Chemotherapy wears down our immune system, and of course, and over time, every 3 weeks, your body kind of recovers, and then you get hit again, blasted, so to speak. And yes, this last time they gave me a Neulasta shot, which was to help promote the bone marrow where our white blood cells are created, to help boost my white blood count, because my white blood count was down, which is expected. But this was the first time that I needed it, so which was a good sign. Ironically, so the normal blood count, white blood count, is like between 4,000 to 11,000 units per whatever. And my white blood count was like, between 1,800 and 2,400. So obviously below the 4,000 mark. Well, this Neulasta shot, which is to help the body, promote more white blood cell count. After a week, my white blood count went up to 14,000. What? Above the high end of normal range. So I guess I was pretty sensitive to it. But interestingly enough, they said that most people experience bone pain as a side effect, just because of the pressure within the bones, and I haven't felt any, like not 1 ounce of it. Knock on wood. I don't think I would anymore. So, and to be honest, I mean, I have hardly had any side effects, even neuropathy, from this last session, which, again, I don't know why, other than You know, just doing everything that I can to help my healthy cells, you know, through nutrition, through eating well, through supplements. And again, as I say, daily exercise is so important. Breathing, deep diaphragmatic breathing, breathing deep into the abdomen, which stimulates the relaxation response of the nervous system. And when we are in that relaxation response, that's when we are resting and repairing. Sleep, the single number one most important thing in helping our body to heal, is sleep. And looking back to before I was diagnosed with cancer, that's one of the biggest things I was lacking in, was sleep. You know, I admit that obviously this experience with cancer has been an awakening from my soul. Not a death sentence, but a wake-up call to take a look at what things were getting me out of balance. And, you know, chronically, I was tired. But, you know, meaning that I would be getting up at 5:30 in the morning to train, you know, clients at 6 in the morning, or teach spinning classes, and being a night owl that I am, probably getting to bed around 11:30, sometimes 12. And, you know, over time, I see now it was so clear that I just wasn't getting the time to rest and repair. Plus, going through all the emotional losses, which was emotionally stressing. And there was just a lot going on. You know, I was on the run a lot, on the go. And, you know, I took my body for granted that it was so strong. You know, being an athlete, my mind was so strong. You know, we all have heard the saying, well, I don't know, but, you know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And I know I'm a tough cookie, strong in my mind and strong in my body. But as I've always told my clients over the years, you know, eventually the body, if we are chronically doing things that are not helping the body to restore and repair and stay in balance, the body will stop us in our tracks in one way, shape, or form. It's happened to me a couple of times with a back issue in 2003 and a neck issue. You know, injuries obviously are, we may think that they're accidents, but they're not really. From the soul's perspective, the soul needed us to take a time out in our life. And so, you know, cancer has allowed me to really, really examine a lot of things on many levels in my life, to see where I basically got strung out. And cancer was the intense mirror that said, sorry, Lisa, but we gotta wake you up to a few things here. And trust me, I've been listening on the deepest level. So, yeah, you know, I just feel with, you know, all that I've been doing, and to those of you who have donated, first of all, I want to thank everybody for your prayers and your support. I mean, it's just been beyond words. And then those of you who have donated once or have continued to donate to my cause, to my healing cause, I can't even begin to thank you, because it has allowed me to pay for the treatments that, you know, are not covered by insurance. And a lot of that is ironically, the insurance covers, well, it doesn't completely cover it, but the chemotherapy and, you know, that stuff. But it doesn't cover anything that promotes health and well-being. Like, I mean, and I could go on and off about that, about our healthcare system. It's a sick care system. It's not a healthcare system. It doesn't promote health. Its focus isn't one's health and well-being. It's all about being sick. And anyway, it's something that, working in this field of over 30 years, I've seen a lot. And a lot that I'm not happy about. And now I get to experience firsthand this quote-unquote healthcare system that isn't really about health at all. Maybe I will write a book about that one day. But so getting back to those of you who have donated, I can't begin to thank you enough. Oh, I mean, I don't know where I'd be. Honestly, I don't know where I'd be if I couldn't have had the help, and it's strained my family financially, and me. I haven't been able to work, obviously with COVID as well, to my full capacity, which, is what it is. But so I just can't express my gratitude enough for supporting me with this. Like I said, it's in the past, it's been a very vulnerable position to be in, because I've always been a giver, and to receive to this degree has really had to stretch my degree of comfort and put me into that out of the comfort zone, which is where the magic happens, as they say. So learning on that level to receive, and I look forward to taking all that I have been given on this journey and sharing it along the way as I am, and continuing to on my process on the way, on the road from here forward. To me, I've always wanted to be of service to humanity, and I truly believe that my soul gave me this gift of cancer to help others, to open their eyes to other ways of handling it, maybe approaching it. It sure has challenged me to the nth degree, to levels I can't even describe with words. And yet it's humbled me and softened me and given me so much wisdom that, to me, it's like, what would be the point of this if I didn't share it? I have to share it, because in sharing, it's caring, right? And we're all one, so I see that in my healing, that we all get to heal on some level. So I just want to say thank you to your donations and everything, and just your love, your support, your meditations, your prayers, your good thoughts, whatever. I just finished with my energy and medicine session with Camille, who's just incredible. And, yesterday I had my vitamin C drip in Santa Barbara, and tomorrow I'll have acupuncture. And anyway, so physically I'm doing well. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually I'm doing well. But I have to admit, the last few days I've been very heavy in my heart at the loss of my dear client, one of my dear clients and friends, Carmella. Carmella Brand, who her 3 sons hired me 3 years ago because she had a fall. She was in her early 80s. She had a fall, and she hired me to help her get strong again. And one of the main objectives was that if she fell, that she would be able to get back up, because when she fell outside her home. She lives very independent, very feisty, very passionate, amazing human being who loved life, loved people, had a wicked sense of deadpan humor. And we would laugh all the time in our sessions, and I just got back from her funeral before my session. She died last Friday, peacefully in her home, surrounded by family. But it was unexpected. I just worked with her the last time in January, early January, and for the last 6 months she had been complaining about pain in her legs and her back, and long story short, her symptoms in January increased fast to where her abdomen was swollen and painful and distended, and she was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And the doctors basically said that there was nothing they could do for her. And I talked to Carmella 2 weeks ago on the phone when they had told her that. That was a rough conversation, because she just had so much life in her. But I have to tell you something. When I got cancer in August of 2019, and in this last year and a half, she was very, very upset that this was happening to me. Very upset. And she said to me more than once, Lisa, I wish I could take your cancer from you. I've lived a long, full life. I wish I could take it from you. You have so much more life to live. If I could, I would. And ironically, is it ironic? Coincidentally? I don't know. Timing's impeccable. But at the time that her symptoms exploded in January is the same exact time that my cancer numbers went down to normal. Coincidence? Maybe. Probably. Or not. But regardless, I will live on in honor of her. And guess what? I have one of the most amazing angels that's got my back on the other side. And, you know, the one thing she would always say to me at the end of our sessions, other than in COVID when we had to be careful and distance, which just was painful to her and me, because she was such a hugger. And at the end of our sessions, she would always say, she'd take my face with her hands and say, kiss me on the cheek and say, I love you, Boobala. Boobala is Yiddish for, it's a term of endearment, sweetie, whatever. And ironically again, or not, she visited me in my dream the night she passed. Full of life, vibrant. And at the end of the dream, she put her hands on my face and kissed me and said, I love you, Boobala. So, in honor of her zest for life, having just been to her funeral today, what an honor to have known this amazing woman. Amazing woman. Amazing human being, amazing soul, a force, a light in this world. I didn't know her long, but that sure didn't matter. The impact she made on my heart and my life is huge, as you could see. So, life is such a mixed bag of everything, isn't it? But if we know how much we've loved by the degree of pain and hurt we feel in our heart when someone we love leaves this body. They don't leave us. Let's make sure we know that. They don't leave us. They just leave their body. And this little miss has shown me in so many signs since she has crossed over almost 4 years ago. They don't go anywhere. They don't go anywhere. We're right here. And they hear us. And we can always ask for their help. So that's my update. It's been a while. So if you listened this whole way, thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. Thank you for loving. So let's just be kind to each other, and let's love each other, love ourselves, be gentle with ourselves, and let's heal our hearts by opening our hearts to each other. Because when we heal our heart, we heal the world. All right. I love you all. Thank you. Have a great day.